Can you feel the wind change? It's turning. Things are revolving and moving. Facts have been gathered. Facts have been noted. Facts have been given where they need to be given in order to stop the misinformation, the lies, the conspiracy theories, the fake insiders and doctors and psychologists with their constant, intricate mishmash of hateful hurt against the Ruzek family. We are, as I said in my previous video, nearly 3 years on now when it began. The one thing that I have learned about the Ruzek family is that even after their attempts to try to ask for true crime channels to report the truth, or just look at the facts of their tragedy that they will live with for the rest of their life, there have and are some that have over the 3 years made up things, refused to believe the truth, refused to believe the discovery report of 2,000 pages. They do not understand that these CBI people, the police, everybody involved within this terrible, terrible tragedy know exactly and sadly the truth of the reality of that terrible, terrible day when a mother and her 2 little girls and her unborn son lost their lives at the hands of the father and husband. He admitted it. He said he did it alone. Those are the facts. He is in prison. That is where he belongs. But what doesn't need to be regurgitated is the facts are wrong by people who sit behind their keyboards and manipulate film footage, words to suit their own narrative and potential benefit of their channel. The other day, Mr. Frankie Ruzek, sat with a creator called Mommy Ramblings blog, and they told their truth yet again. They told the truth of the reality. And still, one channel, one armchair detective, who, contrary to how he's often said, isn't copyrighted to that title, armchair detective. It is a word for anyone who is not a qualified policeman or investigator, perhaps, who sits in their armchair and debates whether they believe the facts. The Ruseks have said that people are entitled to talk about it, but to talk about the truth from the facts that are there, that we've all seen. I myself have read the Discovery report when it was first released, along with many, many others. People forget that the police and the family do not always release everything into the world, and there are reasons for that. But yet we still have one armchair detective who needs, for some reason, this story, who still attacks the Rusek family, who has purported to have people linked to the murderer within the prison. In April 2019, after 2 or 3 months when he first started on this case, as he calls it, albeit it is a closed case, he began the narrative, again the word I'm beginning to really loathe, that he had an insider working in Wisconsin Department of Corrections prison. Many of us, myself included, we wrote to the authorities there. I still have that email and their response about this supposed prison insider who worked there and who was giving information out. There is still a video available that the armchair detective made with his quotes, breaking news on this prison insider who had the scoop. My response from them in Wisconsin reads, "Thank you for your inquiry regarding the statements made by an individual on the YouTube channel, quote, Armchair Detective. The privacy and safety of those in our care are a top priority for all in the Department of Corrections. Our security staff have reviewed the videos and determined that many statements made by the, quotes, the insider, quotes, are inaccurate and not truthful. Therefore, our staff believe that the, quotes, insider is not a Department of Corrections employee. We appreciate your concern and we want you to know that our staff share your dedication for the privacy of individuals in our care." That was the very first time I contacted them because I personally, along with hundreds of others, like facts, deal in facts, need facts. I don't like people making up stuff. I have seen with my own eyes, way back in 2019, Mr. Frank Rusak and Frankie Rusak go on that particular channel and go into a live and ask to be given the right to talk. But no, what happened? They were ridiculed, insulted, told they weren't really who they said they were, on actually several lives, and blocked by that particular creator. That is how it began. And from that time on, that particular creator has continued with many, shall we say, rather interesting people of dubious backgrounds, potentially, to say that they all have some link, some connection with that disgusting murderer. We have seen, after the latest appeal that they've had to do, which was absolutely heartbreaking, and Mr. Frank Ruzek's plea at the end, or rather his way of speaking at the end about what they go through every single day and will go through every single day because they no longer have a family that they love with all their hearts and souls. Again said, we know the truth, this is the truth, and yet still people from that creators channel argued within the live chat. What gives them the right to talk to this family like this? We're 3 years on. There is no excuse for this cyberbullying and this game playing. And now we have whinging and moaning and trying to backpedal until we go around the world almost twice whilst doing it. Because we know, they know rather, within that creators channel, that all the things that they've released are not real. There will always be people who will believe their fantasies. But that is what they are. They are fantasies. So it is time now to stop, listen, do your own research, really understand, take time to read the Discovery Report, all 2,000 pages of it. That would be a start. And to leave this poor family alone. They are and have been the most compassionate, empathetic, understanding people that I have seen. That is what I have learned from research, watching them, listening to them for 3 years. Anyone who, some of the comments that one has seen, particularly in the last couple of days, within a live chat on that creators channel, were hideous. They made me feel physically sick. They have horrible nicknames for this family, and I'm not even going to address those because it's just appalling and it's slanderous and they need to stop. The Ruzek family deserve respect and they deserve peace and they deserve love and support. And there are many of us who will give them that as best we can, in small ways and in bigger ways. So stop your whining, Mr. Armchair Detective. Understand that it's finished. It's done. It's not a reality show. It's real life. Find yourself a new hobby. Take care, Carrie Pink.